Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to a brand new series. We're gonna play Captain of Industry. So it's recently gone into early access. The last little series we played was in I think the closed beta still. That was only for those early investors in the game, but I think now it is in early access and you can actually get it on Steam. Now, of course, it is still early access and there is still stuff that they're working on, but there's way more content than there used to be when we played last time, including rocketry all the way at the end. So we will definitely be doing some of that. Now, just one quick thing in the background, you might hear some snoring. My little dog is snoring away. It's pretty chilly here in Perth today, and snoring away next to me while I'm recording. Now, let's get into what we're going to do in this series. Now, in the last one, I believe what we played, the beach was the last one we did. We won't do that one again. New Haven seems to be the easy one, which I don't think we should do. This one looks really interesting. I don't think Golden Peak looks like it might be quite challenging. Now, I think that might be good to do at some point. And the You Shall Not Pass, I've seen some people try this. This is quite a challenge to get up there. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to use Curland, a beautiful island that is rich on natural resources, but it is curly shape, makes it difficult to build large factories. You can even try to connect the two ends to make it a circle. Yeah, obviously you can fill this thing in. Yes, you potentially can do that. But anyway, we'll see how we deal with that. That just looks like an interesting one to play. So let's have a look at what's here. There's plenty of coal. How does it compare to the others? Okay, plenty of coal, plenty of copper, plenty of oil actually, which is unique. Which is quite unique that it has this much oil. Though, yeah, we'll have a look at that. There's plenty of dirt still. Very similar to some of the others, so that's all good. Then, which one was this? What is that? I've no idea what that is. This is the iron ore. That one was what? Can't remember. Is that the lime? No, that's limestone. That's rock. Sand, water. What's the sand looking like? Yeah, even the sand is way better than the others, really. What's water like? Water is a little bit problematic on this one. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And then again, like trees and stuff is all good. What is that one? Is that... I have no idea what that is. We'll have to have a look in the game. Now, I don't think I'm going to change any of these settings. Resource elevations and things like that. Extra ocean chunks. Now, I think I'm just going to leave it all standard for the time being, and we'll get straight into it. And there's a few of you that's been mentioning we need to play Workers and Resources again. We will absolutely do that. What I am waiting for is the update with the actual in-game cosmonaut mode, and we'll check that out once that's released, and that should be pretty soon. So once the Airport CEO series finishes off, we will make a play for Workers and Resources yet again. Now, what other game difficulty items do we have? So we've got Sailor, Captain, and Admiral. So this one gives us extra starting materials. I don't think that's what we want to do. We'll go with Captain, where everything is kind of standard. Admiral gives you increased difficulties. So we'll just go standard. Standard is what we're going to do. That's the game seed over there if you're interested in getting that exact same game seed. Now, let's get into it. Yeah, okay, there it is. Sorry. So what's new in the newest ones? I've no idea, really. Apart from the tech tree being expanded, I know there's bigger vehicles as well. Obviously, there's rocketry, as I've already mentioned. I think there's more complex food chains, development chains that we need to have a look at. So there might be a number of additional, more complex chains that we need to deal with. Okay, and now that we're in the game, let's have a quick look at what they're saying. I just want to make sure that we are in fact paused. I think we're paused at the moment. So this is the basics. We need to build a research lab. We need to build a trading dock. We can use the abandoned communication station to collect some materials so that we can smelt some iron in the blast furnace and basically just all around get going. So let's do that, get out of there, pause the game while we quickly have a look at our surroundings. So this is the island. This is zoomed out as far as we can. There seems to be some additional tools in here. Yeah, this is our island. Now, got a fair bit of a beach chunk over there, which is all good. I can't zoom out any further. I could probably turn it like that so we can see the entire thing. So this will be interesting, I think, to build various items all the way around. And we may even fill in the entire thing. It's not altogether a big deal, I think. We might start by filling in over here, to be honest. There's definitely some new mechanics over here, and we'll have a look at that as we start actually producing things. First things first, let's have a bit of a look at... No, that's not what I want to do. I want to have a look at our layers. Yeah, these is what I want to do. Okay, so our starting location is close to the groundwater. This is our limestone over here, so it should be accessible. There's a bit of oil here, sand in this location, the copper ore over there. Oh, the other one is gold ore. That's interesting. And then look at this, a big chunk of oil right over here. I'm not sure if we have, I don't think we can hit the research just yet. Message center, I think research will only pop up once we build a research lab. So I'm not sure how we access this. I don't think certainly wasn't oil platforms in the previous one, in the previous version that we played. Maybe there are now, otherwise we can fill this in to there and then we can put some oil pumps down there. Gold over here, I have no idea what we do with gold. We had gold on our last island, but we didn't have any processes that actually used gold. So we might pop into that. There's lots of coal and further limestone over here. What will be interesting here is that it's a bit of a mix and match. So you'll end up getting a little bit of both as you mine in an area like this. This is more copper ore, more sand. This is iron ore, but probably not our first one. A little bit of water over here, a little bit of oil over here, more sand, more water, more coal. This is probably our starting coal and our starting iron. So that's it. Copper, iron, coal. Our first oil is actually over here, which is a little bit further than I would like it to be. So we'll have to have a look. I'm kind of thinking this area here is an awesome area to be doing farming, okay? And I think that's what we'll do. Now the question is, do we? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna farm this area, and then we'll expand our. Well, will we expand? I'm not a fan of what they've done by placing the little food store over there. So we may move the food store as we expand, so we can build a nicer little area here. That's okay. We can start by cutting down some trees over here, and we'll probably make our way, first things first, to the coal ore over here. So we might kind of try and open that up a little bit so that we can start doing that. Okay, so there we go. That's the starting point. The very first thing that I want to do is see what we have available to us. So we have one of these tree harvester. I believe in this version of the game, you can't harvest with the trucks by themselves anymore. You do need to harvest with the tree harvester. So that's one thing. And I think there's some other things as well. What is this? This, for instance, is... you can pin exhaust to see what that is doing. Is that something we would like to have a look at? I'm going to pin it just so that we can have a look what that actually does, as whether we can monitor our own pollution in such a way. Now, this is vehicle parts, mechanical parts, iron ore scrap, or iron scrap, which is fine. Waste is new, vehicle parts is new, and mechanical parts are new. All of that's new, so that's quite interesting. Food, maintenance, health, pollution, population, unity, population growth, and fuel. Okay, Anyway, we will get into that. So we've got a pretty reasonable population there, 90 population, 47 months of food is available, and 78 workers available for action. I do wonder, does that mean some of these have people working on them already? 3 workers over there. That is interesting. Oh, unless there's a worker per vehicle, right? There's a worker per vehicle. That's what it's all about. Okay, now, first things first, what are we building? A research lab. Now, I want to try and be fairly efficient with my spacing. So, doing something like this over here. I also understand, oh, look at this. Look at the, it looks pretty rugged and, yeah, not great at all. You can repair it. Oh, and that's when it'll start looking a little bit better. Shipyard is overloaded at the moment. And I do understand now you can actually move your shipyard, but it's probably a bit later down the game path. So what I'll do is I will start off by building one of these guys over here. That's the first thing that I would like us to do. Yes, and so we'll make a start. So let's speed things up a little bit, make an immediate start, and we probably... We'll pause the game straight away once that's up. Okay, there we go. Pause the game. Research lab is ready. So now we can start by, you should research and build farms before your food runs out. That's okay. We can also research a beacon so that we can get more people. Refugees who find us via beacon will bring valuable resources with them. So that's something we'll look into. We also need to keep an eye on our construction parts, which is now at 470, and build assembly manual to produce them. If you need to speed up research, you can build more research labs, but don't forget it uses Unity. Okay, perfect. So let's pop into the research and have a look at what we need. So we've got iron smelting immediately unlocked, and we've got settlement waste, which is quite interesting. Collects general waste from the attached settlement to prevent from piling up settlements and causing health concerns, and that generates waste, which I would assume means we need to dump something. I can also see here, like at diesel, we've got fluid storage, and the storage certainly looks a little bit different. Now, what are we going to do first? So we've got pipes, so we need basic farming. I think basic farming is quite simply the first thing that we're going to do. There's all kinds of things that looking a little bit different here now. Storage over there, we definitely want to get to storage. Trading dock gives us unit storage as well. So that's something I'm pretty keen on getting done also. And then we may need to start looking into, well, vehicles and mining, but also potentially construction. Now, I think I want to go basic farming into trading dock, and then we'll come back and have another look from over there. Okay, excellent. So that means things are going. Now, waste and dumping. Okay, let's have a quick look at this. This is new. I didn't see this in the last one. Your population generates waste that needs to be collected to maintain healthy conditions in your settlement. You can attach a waste collection to your settlement to collect its waste. To get rid of the waste, you can designate a dumping area, the Z key, and let your trucks dump the waste onto the terrain. Later on, you can research more ways to deal with waste. So at the moment, we're going to have to dump it. Now, the question is, how are we going to dump it? Note that the amount of general waste your population produces depends on the amount of supply they get and whether they recycle. However, you can never get rid of the general waste entirely. Dumping. Some materials can be dumped directly onto the terrain, as you have just discovered. However, sometimes you might want to prevent your trucks from dumping waste all over the island, and for that, you have a global dumping filter. Ooh, I think that's new. This filter allows you to select which materials are allowed for dumping and which are not. For instance, iron ore is not allowed for dumping by default because it's a valuable resource and would waste and be a waste of effort. Okay, that's good. That's good. Later on, you can build mine control tower, which has its own dumping filter for the area it manages. This allows you, for instance, to disable waste dumping globally and build a dedicated mine control tower and enable waste dumping just on the controlled area to have a single dedicated place for landfill. You can do this with other products such as slag or dirt as well. What can be dumped? Not every single product can be dumped on the terrain. If you need To know whether some product can be dumped or not, check out the recipe book in F1. Slag. Dumping slag is important as typically your smelting industry will produce way more slag than you can use in concrete production. So slag dumping is enabled by default and has no pollution effect. But for better efficiency, it's recommended to run slag from furnaces into storage via conveyor belts and dump it from there. This is advantageous since when trucks are dumping from furnaces directly, they might not have their capacity fully utilized. Okay, fair enough. That is good. I'm not going to read every single one, but when there's something advanced and interesting, that we will look at. What's going on over here? Let's have a quick look at this. So the health is going up at plus 0.05, sorry. Base health plus 10. And here we can see our Unity production as well. So we've got no issues at this stage. So farming is being researched at the moment. We can't actually start setting things up for starting to recycle this just yet. But what we can do is we can probably start chopping down trees. And I think I'm going to start all the way over here to kind of get this area opened up so that we can start mining. I think that is generally going to be what we're going to try and do. So I'll set that up. That guy is making its move, and we will assign at least, I think, a couple of vehicles to it. Excellent. There you go. I think we will build another research lab so that we can get things done a little bit more efficiently. That doesn't want to work. We move it over by 1. If we do that, yeah, I don't want. Yeah, maybe this is what we'll do. So we'll do that. It's going to look fairly similar. So there we go. Let's get going. They'll go and build that one. Let's do that. So we get 2 of them, and we can build that up. So this is giving us improvements in population. It's not giving population growth, and we've got tons of Unity coming in anyway. So that's all good. So now our basic farming will work a little bit. Our research will go a little bit more effective. We could actually even do an extra one because we can always shut these down, and they're not that costly. They're not that costly. So let's add even one more over here. That's fine. Let's add one more. So that'll be a fair bit now. So hopefully our research will go much, much quicker. This is what I was talking about. So we can see our food is now in a slow decline. These are all kind of pretty stagnant. There's a very minor decline in terms of our goods over there. Basic farming has been researched. Okay, so let's have a look. I wanted to check the layers. Okay, so water is over here. So we can obviously come in and do some water stuff right over here. Trading dock is going, so we can get some unit storage so that we can actually start storing some of the stuff that we need. We might want to do that over here. So now we've got farming. We will go and build some basic farms. Now, I want to try and I definitely don't want to build it all the way to the edge because I've learned that lesson in the past. So not building all the way to the edge is probably about right. So I'd like to give at least one of these squares room. And we can flip it, right? Yeah, so we can flip it. So we'll do one this way and we'll flip it and do another one on the other side. Though we may want to do it this way instead. So that we could, yeah, I think that's about right. That gives us a fair bit of room. Actually, let's start it off by doing one over here. I'm going to flip it, spin it around, and do something like that. So that is going to be our starting point. I'll move it in a little bit more, so there's a little bit more room alongside it. We could, of course, spin it around this way and flip it. Yeah, that might be a better way of doing it, actually. Something like this, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to get a farm up and running. We might do 2 farms, actually, just so we've got that all sorted out. Something like that. It's kind of exactly what I want to do here. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Let's do that. 2 farms straight away. I think that'll hold us over for quite a while. Basic farming, we've got that going. So let's just dismiss that. That one will build. This one will build. I don't think we can collect water just yet. So we'll have to look into collecting water. Now, we need to set up something to grow. Oh, it's automatically potatoes. Okay, that's interesting. So this mechanic is working a little bit different than it used to. Okay, we are running through things fairly quickly. Trading dock. Yeah, food supply is going down. Trading dock is done. So what's the next piece of research that we're going to look at? I think construction. We'll start construction research. Then power and maintenance. Or what is this? Vehicles. Probably vehicles, actually. And then that one. And then we'll move into power and maintenance. So we'll do that. And then we'll come back and see what the next big thing is. Oh, of course. I'm just checking. We didn't have the water. And water we'll need to come and get over here. But anyway, now we can actually build a trading dock. Which there's never a ship, I believe, that pops into the trading dock. Right? Trading dock. So for some reason, it is saying that it would like to actually have a bit of a ship. The rain is too low. Oh, there we go. That wouldn't actually be too bad if we do a trading dock over here. Let's do a trading dock over there. That seems like a pretty useful use of that space. Construction has finished. Wow, that was really quick. Okay. So what did we get? So now we can actually start assembling some stuff. Okay, so as we can see, we're going through parts really quickly now. Here comes some wood to start building this. Quite a distance that we're maneuvering at this point in time. And what I'm not seeing here. Oh, there's the diesel. So the diesel will slowly start to run out as well. Let's have a quick look at this tutorial around tools. This is copy and paste tools, cut, pause, planning mode. I think these are some of the things that we did use in the past. You can use the Unity to quick deliver. Okay, that's interesting. Still enables you to copy configurations of machines. Ooh. Okay, let's have a quick look. The pause tool we know, the planning mode we know. Control cut. This tool is similar to copy tool, but removes cut the selected structures as well. It only works for ghost structures. Oh, okay, that are not constructed yet. Okay, that's awesome. Can be activated by pressing Control X. You can also press X while hovering. Okay, so we'll play around with some of these things. Copy settings. This tool enables you to copy This tool enables you to copy configuration from one machine, storage, or building to another. You can even drag over multiple structures. To apply the selected configuration, this tool can be activated by pressing the V key. Okay, and then there's the Unity tool. You can use quick deliver, quick remove, or finish construction projects more quickly. However, that can be tedious when done one by one, especially if you have more complex factories with many small structures like pipes. This tool enables you to drag over the entire area to quickly deliver or quickly removal of the structures selected. If there are no structures to be constructed, deconstructed, in your selection, this tool will act as a boost toggle. This tool can be activated by using the U key. Okay, anyway, that's all good. All good. Unity is looking pretty healthy. Vehicles and mining is underway. This should grow as soon as it rains. So unfortunately, at the moment, it's not doing a great job. We will see more wood coming in as long as we've got... Oh, we're paused. As long as our vehicles are making their maneuvers. Now, let's start planning out our very first setup so we can start building some stuff. So from an assembly point of view, we will need... So I want to kind of do a base setup somewhere over here. That's just going to do some very basic pieces, but it seems like we're going to have to do multiple ones. So this costs about 25. So I think what I would like us to do is see about leaving a little bit of room there and maybe doing one. shall we put them all together? I think we will. I think we will, because they will all be kind of running at the same time. So that one is the first one, and I would like it. Oh, assembly is ready. So there's a new one that popped in here. So vehicle parts can now be built. And I'm assuming we need vehicle parts to build vehicles, but we still do have a bit of vehicle parts available. But the first important thing for us is to start working on construction parts. So let's do that. I want to make sure we always show it at 60. That's fine. So let's get that one going. When we have iron available, we can then start running it into mechanical parts. We'll need rubber and copper to do electronics. So that's quite an interesting one that we'll have to deal with as well. And then mechanical parts, electronics, and iron for vehicle parts. Whew. That is quite a tough one. Let's just start off with that first one. Once this is done, I will just switch this one off. So pause that one for me. And similarly, I would like you to pause that one for me. So now we've got that built. This is working. What we'll need to do is start recycling this. Oh, it's going to give us some electronics as well. Okay, but now, in order for us to make use of the iron scrap, I will need to do a bit of smelting. And in order to do that, okay, hang on. Let's get a storage going first. So some storage facility. So if we do unit storage over here, I would like to do it pretty close, actually. And just make sure we keep this thing running, filled up. Let's do that. Well, actually, it might be better if we just do this. So let's do one over there, and it will be taking on wood, please. We'll put one next to it. Okay, and that one will be grabbing, I believe, concrete for us. Can't actually put the metal scrap in here. So concrete can come in here as well. So let's do that. So we'll build those two, and we can start getting that up and running. Now, finished vehicle mining and dumping tutorial. This piece I think we've got down pat from the first time. So we'll start looking into what we're going to do with that straight away. Assembly. We could start doing construction parts. Okay, perfect. Any other things? Dismiss that one for the time being. That's all set up. Let's make sure to keep that one nice and full. And we'll make sure to keep that one nice and full of concrete slabs. All good. Now, the next piece of the puzzle is this blast furnace. So, oh, and actually, we also need to do a little bit of this. And I'm kind of tempted to put that right here. We could put this right here and then run a little blast furnace setup over here. Right? Could do that. Do we have conveyors at all? I don't think we have these conveyors in place just yet. So we'll have to do that. So let's do that one for the time being. And then we'll do a blast furnace like say like this. Okay, and then from here we can do. Hang on. So what did that actually give us? That gives us 24 molten, right? 24 molten iron, and then this one takes 12 molten iron every 60 seconds. Yes, to make iron. So let's do that then. So we'll get them pretty close together. So we'll get one here, and we'll do. Actually, do we want to potentially do it in the other direction instead? How do I? Where's my demolish tool? There it is. Okay, that's new. I believe it was on this side, or I'm used to it in a different game. Let's metal cast to this direction. I think that's going to be a little bit more space efficient. So let's do that. We'll do one here and one there. Yeah, that's awesome. I like that. And then I believe we've got. Come on. Okay, that'll actually cost us a fair bit to do just straight away. Let's get that linked up, and we'll get that linked up, and that should work. I'm hoping that'll be okay. There'll be slag output straight away. We'll have to deal with that. These two can pop into to a single waste facility over here. So what's the cost of a pipe? A pipe costs 2 construction materials. This guy costs 10. So really, by the time you've done 5 spaces, you could have just as well built an extra one. So I might do that. Oh, look at that! That's actually exactly what we should be doing. This guy will need a smokestack also, so we'll do that smokestack right over there. Can we do this? No, I don't think we have any. No, pipes and molten channel only. So get that built, guys. This thing needs to be filling itself up. Hopefully fairly quickly. Rain has happened and there is some food coming in, but our food is dropping fairly quickly at this point in time. Now, iron smelting needs to happen, so let's make sure we use metal scrap to go into iron smelting. This guy will require a little bit of lumber, wood into coal and exhaust, so that'll happen. Once this is ready, we should be able to actually spark some stuff. Okay, now pause the game for a second and have a quick look at power and maintenance. Tutorial for iron smelting. I think we've got that down pat. Let's have a look at our next piece of research. So definitely concrete production, so we can pick up on some water. Then from there, copper storage. What is this storage looking like? Loose storage. Loose storage will be for things like slag. I don't think that's super important immediately, but we do need a dump site. Copper will become important really quickly. But I think maybe basic diesel is even more important. So we'll add that to the queue after we've got water to secure our food supply. So let's get that underway. And things are moving. What we could do is we could assign at least one more little truck to that guy. And we probably should start looking at building some additional vehicles. What's going on with our parts? Ooh, our parts are really problematic at the moment, but everything is set up, so we should be able to get parts as soon as we move a little bit more wood through here. So that should be okay. All we need is so that's all filled up. We need way more wood. That's the issue at the moment. We need tons more wood. So let's just get more trucks over there. Because we're trying to do it all the way out here, it's becoming a little bit of a problem. I'm being a little bit too problematic with that. But let's set up a vehicle construction facility over here, so that we can at least start looking at building some additional vehicles. We might have been a little bit over the top with building some stuff here. But guys, I think that's where we're going to leave our very first episode. We've got the very basics up and running. We're out of construction parts, but we should be able to get our construction parts all up and running now. Did this guy not just deliver? Okay, so let's... yeah, this guy needs some importing of stuff, right? So at least it's coming in now. Concrete production is done. Let's drop that for the time being. This guy, can I assign it to something? I honestly can't. So why? Okay, let's not do the keep full thing. So at least now we should start getting this stuff to work a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. So now we will see. Yeah. Okay. So we should get stuff running once we get this coal here. Okay. Perfect. Okay, guys. We let's see our very first smelting in action. And then we'll leave it at that. Oh, look at that. Coal is starting to come in. I do like these graphs because you can clearly see what's happening. We did see a drop of or some additional food being delivered from our farm. So that's all good. What am I waiting for here? More coal? Come on, guys. We need way more coal. That is being produced. Oh, look at this. So you can see at any given moment how much you're actually creating. Okay, and we'll have to... Oh, there we go. Our very first smelting stuff coming out. So I'm hoping that'll tip in here pretty quickly. There comes the second round. And that's going to go in. And awesome. Look at that. Good. Okay, guys, I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. This is a new series, so share it, hit the like button, leave some comments, show me some love, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.